Coach, what do you gain from having played him just last year?
I think an understanding of how they want to play defensively. They're really unlike a lot of teams in our league. They have makeup ability in terms of blocking shots around the basket that we don't necessarily see each and every game. They try to pressure the ball. They deny your entry passes. So for us, a year ago, we kept our turnovers under 10, and we managed to win the game. And so we're going to have to be able to keep our turnovers low in order to do the same tomorrow.
Anything else that you picked up from sitting courtside last night?
No, not really. It's hard to. The angle I had wasn't very good to figure out X's and O's, but just want to see those guys up close and personal for a few minutes. More on film is what helps us prepare.
I think you called the game choppy at the podium. It was a long game. Do you gain anything from the film from that game? Was there things you liked, didn't like, you just want to get rid of?
Well, I mean, by the time Florida State, Missouri got finished, it was so late. I only watched our first half against Texas Southern. I was more focused on, preparing for Florida State. You have such a quick turnaround. We have practice today, whatever time it was, and being able to know what we needed to cover in practice was more important than figuring out what happened last night.
When you see a one seed go down like it's never done before, a historic loss in the tournament, does it sharpen your focus a little more as a one seed in this tournament?
No. I mean, if you can't be focused, and I don't think Virginia lost because they weren't focused. I think they ran into a team that played with a lot of poise, believed in themselves, didn't let the moment affect them. But it doesn't sharpen our focus. I mean, if we have to have another team in the tournament lose for us to gain focus, we won't be around much longer.
Coach Trey Forrest for FSU seems to really push the pace for them, get downhill. What are some things that he does really good, and what are some things you guys are doing?
Well, I think what you just said. I mean, he really knows how to. He's not a jet with the ball, but he finds openings. He has a great poise and a great pace in ball screen situations. He is very comfortable with two defenders on him, and figuring out how to use his body, put a guy in jail, find the open man, and he's really, really talented. I think his unselfishness has oozed into all of his teammates. I think that's why they're a better offensive team than they were a year ago.
For years, coaches preach this, that a 16, a 15, a 14 aren't that bad as seeds or are pretty good teams. I mean, I guess this proves it. What was your thought when you heard Virginia went down like
that? I mean, I saw the last 5-10 minutes of the game in our meal room. I mean, it was, as I said before, it was pretty impressive to see their poise down the stretch. Because it's not just playing against Virginia, it's playing against that history, the moment, Virginia's desperation. And for those guys to, not only keep the lead but build on it, finish the game like that, I mean, incredible. And I think that's why, just one little small slice of why America loves to watch this tournament.
Do you take some pride in a chance to make a 7 Sweet 16 in 11 years?
I just take pride and keep going, hopefully. Yeah, hopefully we get to play past Sunday.
That would say a lot, though. I mean, last night proof how tough it is to advance.
Yeah, I mean, hey, if you can go to the second weekend, I tell our guys all the time when we make the NCAA tournament, 68 teams start, and a week later, 52 of them are home, and the season's over. So it's like, as excited as you are on Selection Sunday, like that feeling is gone for 52 teams, and so. You don't have to be better than all those teams. You have to be better than two teams to get to the second weekend. Hopefully we can be better than the second one coming up.
You guys have been a top 5 team all year. It's still, inside that locker room, it feels like everyone has a chip on their shoulder. Have you instilled that chip to make sure they have motivation, or is that just kind of self-prescribed by them?
I don't know if I've instilled it. I mean, I believe in it. I feel like, as a competitor, if you don't play with a chip on your shoulder and you don't play with some type of motivation, you're going to lose. And that's just how I've always been. And, they say sometimes your players reflect the coach. And if you're telling me that our guys are competitive and play with a chip on their shoulder, then good for them.
You listen a lot to what's said. Do you motivate them sometimes with just bulletin board material if there's something out there?
Well, I mean, in 2018, I think it's kind of hard not to hear things. You're on Twitter, it's scrolling across the bottom line. I mean, TMZ, I mean, you name it, It's just the way of the world, and I think our guys probably check their mentions every once in a while. So
If you win, you're going to LA. Are you worried about TMZ might be waiting for you outside a restaurant?
Man, I'm all good. TMZ can follow me around, man. No
Take you
problem.
out of business, right?
Yeah.
Don't have anything to report.
Boring.
You said you wanted this crowd to be even louder on Sunday. Great support last night. What did it mean to you guys?
Oh, it was awesome. I mean, to have Xavier Nation as loud as they were, you know, I'm sure a lot of people couldn't get off work and get down here fast enough. But hey, Sunday night, you got a late night drive back home. Hopefully, going to the Sweet 16. You know, we need as many blue and white fans as we can in this building.